So I wanted to test what my video's like in dark environment, but I've got some news for you. I have to admit, this is like a confession, that I am mildly drunk. I just wanted to let you know that. In fact, look, check out the fire. It's like Illuminati symbolism everywhere you go, isn't it? I've got some news for you. I was out on a sort of work do. Not really a work do, it's just like a few drinks after work with some people. And I was in a pub in Trafalgar Square called the Chandos. Look it up. It's a pretty cool place. Samuel Smith's brewery. It's a pretty cool place. But anyway, I always do this thing, and it's really horrible, and it's one of my bad traits, or is it one of my good traits? I'm not really sure. But what I always do is that when I'm out with people that I know, what I do is I abandon them, and I go and talk to randoms. It generally only happens when I've got a couple of pints down me. I literally turn into a one-person riot. And I was talking to randoms. I went up to the bar, and there were some people there, and they were buying drinks, and I started talking to them because I like talking to people. And what happened was that I started talking to a guy, and I was saying to him, "Where are you from? Where are you from? Are you guys from out of town? You know, where are you from? I'm interested in people." And he said, "Well, the people I'm with, they're from out of town, but I'm from London, and we're just out, from a drink. Some of us are from Preston, some of them from whatever." And I said, "Well, where do you live?" And he said, "I live in Vauxhall, in London." And I said to him, "Oh, Vauxhall, you probably work for MI6, because that's where MI6 is, in Vauxhall." And he said to me, No, I don't work for MI6. And he was a bit odd, so I said to him, "Oh, MI5. He was like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "I'm nobody." And he said, I do work for MI5. And I don't know if you know this, but I'm quite good at extracting information out of people because I'm so personable. You would notice it if you watch some of my Bilderberg videos. Lots of people sort of talk to police or whatever, and they put their backs up, and the police don't really sort of give any information. And so I'm quite personable, and I feel like I'm actually really good, in a nice way, extracting information out of people. And I extracted some information out of this guy. As soon as I realised that he worked for MI5, I started asking about him, and I said, "Do you work sub-level MI5?" And you could see in his eyes that he was thinking, this guy kind of knows what he's talking about. And he said, "No, I don't work for sub-level, I work above the ground." I've got information in my head, I'm just wondering how to get it out. There's lots of happy people. Say hello, happy people! Yay! You're at the Freemasons' Arms. What's that? She's saying, "Am I a vlogger?" Am I a vlogger? Yeah. In a way. Why are you at the Freemasons' Arms?
Because it's the landlord's birthday.
Is your landlord a Freemason?
Yes.
Look at that face. Did you see that face?
Cut that.
Weird. Do you worship the sun, or?
I personally no.
You don't worship the sun. Sorry?
What's going on?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
I'll probably edit this bit out, but
Yeah, that's fine.
bizarrely enough, as soon as those guys stopped me, I said, "You don't want to talk to me." And then when I was trying to explain what I was doing, I had to explain to them that tax is theft, and strangely enough, they turned against me and they didn't want to talk to me anymore. Isn't that strange? And I've completely forgot my thread, So I'm going to try and carry on. It's what the MI5 guy told me. Now get this. Before Tower Bridge was built, and Tower Bridge is the big bridge with the mechanical opening section in the middle, it lets ships through and all that kind of stuff. It was built for the Docklands. By the end of the 1800s, the London Docklands was the highest value Docklands area on the planet. They built Tower Bridge as a security gate so they could enforce taxation, so boats couldn't leave with, they could keep the gate shut until they'd paid their taxes, and then they would leave. Now when they built Tower Bridge, they replaced a tunnel that was underneath it. Now this MI5 guy told me that there is a tunnel underneath Tower Bridge, and he expected me to say, oh, I didn't know that, but I did know that. And I said, okay, yeah, there's a tunnel under the Tower Bridge, it's shut, yeah, nobody has access to it anymore. And he says, but the MI5 use it. And I said, what for? And he said, for weapons testing. And I thought for a second, and I said to him, what kind of weapons? And he said, I can't tell you. I've signed the Official Secrets Act. And I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, oh, this guy was just bullshitting. He wasn't. I'd questioned him about MI6 and how it was built and when it was built, what year it was. And I told him, yeah, but it was before they built MI6. The story was that it was a different kind of building. And he said, yeah, a hotel. He knew about MI6. And I said to him, weapons testing, and he said, I can't tell you about that, right? So they're using a tunnel, the tunnel underneath Tower Bridge, and let me tell you something. Working with tourists, I tell them on a daily basis, Tower Bridge is owned by the City of London. It's got the City of London flag, it's got dragons, stone dragons all over it. I say to people on a daily basis, Tower Bridge is owned by the City of London, but it's not in the City of London. But of course there's underneath there is a tunnel, which presumably is owned by the City of London. He told me it was used for weapons testing, and he got all nervous when I said to him, what, chemical weapons? And I said to him, why would you test chemical weapons? For what purpose would you use them? And he said, not offensive, but defensive weapons. So I don't really know what to make of that. You can decide, and please comment. And may I say, the commenting on my videos, I sincerely believe that the commenting on my videos, it's like some of the most sophisticated commenters on YouTube, and I seriously mean that. We are an investigative team, and I'm not bullshitting you. I believe that, and I really value your guys' input. Now, he told me something else as well, and I'm struggling to think. Let me show you where I am, by the way. I came here for a purpose because I think it's apt. This is the Grand Unified Lodge of England. It is the Freemasonic Lodge. It's on Great Queen Street. It is mildly terrifying. Actually, scratch that. It's not mildly terrifying. It's fucking terrifying. The layout. Look at this on Google Maps. The layout is the Freemasonic symbol. This is the right angle, and within it, around the back, is the compass. Look at it on Google Maps, and you'll see that it's true. And it's really fucking terrifying. And oh, they've dropped a glass. There's lots of drunken people. I mean, I'm one of them, but I'm not that drunk. What's the other thing this guy told me? Oh yes, I asked him, this thing with Ed Snowden, the NSA, surveillance thing. I said to him, I don't really believe a word of it. I think it's probably just put in there to give people something to chew over. And this is what he said to me, and he really only just said one thing. He said, for every truth in the media, there is a lie. And I said, what, you mean a lie is input there to combat every truth? And he said, I'm not telling you, but for every truth there is a lie. Isn't that interesting?